This is Kessben 93.3 FM, a new wave of excellence in radio.
Obiano oton minu asom kaso oton san. Sese Franco uni. VC10. You know, Vinicius Junior story na dominate baby ya. Na the chief and I say agents wo Spain na opani odo manu. Pedro Bravo. And in an interview, Joseph Pedrol, a program so the Air Chingereto TV. And now Mubusan about Vinicius Junior, a celebration after the goal share against Real Mallorca. Meaning some benya video no of Vinicius celebration amaya. You know, and the goal nini against Real Mallorca. No could not touch line.
I saw we now fancy Briabano. Oh,
when you know, a idea or tie ye. So one steady na a idea or tie pa and you know mostly games nina or say a idea or enjoying this.
Or the statement TV about Bonti.
Yes.
And serious.
Yes.
And serious.
Oshe TV now. Different matches and different dance. Just like
okay.
Mekai 2010 World Cup. FIFA shared that Borgana Baso G players say Omushego Monsa.
Yeah. Is it a kangaroo one?
Then
kangaroo. A symbolic.
Yeah.
And did you know this is very familiar with players are almost free South America. Ronaldinho was similar. If you've watched Lucas Paqueta, even Europeans need to cry almost go mutaye. You know, this is another different one.
Okay.
Kessben one player or Shigua or ta celebrity. And our penina can say Vinicius Junior should stop playing like a monkey. You know, na some more cocaine. Ningina ne say Nikala no. Na omuchirima or desre no ono ankasa ba out aba clarify statement no na the statement no be clarify and you know asen ko am clarify kra enkeye kunya ma asem ni na but nkrofo de good so. And if you look at all around Pele about abekasa Brazilians they are from Thiago Silva, Rafinha and a lot of players who be up out aba be condemn waka kire ne say de bia onkuso ansa obi aba on twetwe no. It is the samba dance, it is the samba game into onkuso no enjoy themselves on the field of play. Then Alves they as usual about or say Spain for ni nyina hu so omukrom ho say obi antimi ne mo entia ya ho ya e na mo mutimi yes ade no. The Ukraine said racism in Europe and racism in Spain enye ne na eba be chase and enye ne de to obi twa. Daniel Alves in a game against Villarreal, the then El Madrigal Stadium. Obi abe kai sa game na. Omoto kwaduma Alves ma Alves Fedi. There can be issue against Cadiz. Cadiz venue hono is another story. Is so fresh in our memory. Inti atuntum for na sofa. Pep Guardiola is one coach and Pep Bebre aboneti. Say he is not a fan of black players or Spanish. But you don't expect this kind of statement or this kind of comment from Obia agents who Spain in our own penny. So be pass this comment to a player. Edian Abrante na what is his crime? His crime and they say Washigo na osa, which is so funny because you know he's not the only player. Washigo na osa and he's not the first, he will never be the last. So unfortunate. Said that the Riasi acquired, baby a football acquired, baby black players are show more quality, not in England, not in Italy, not in Germany alone, but Spanish league, you know. See a kasi a curtain to fwa, or mama league net jina, or mama man for enjoy from the very first day from Kubala, Ronaldinho, Neymar, you bet me about Samuel Eto, Eddie Dima, the Babisina, they know how they beche. Inti Spain for no omunyina so go penina so said this kind of statement and the best and anyone so penina about out no team apologize. I hope say we end Vinicius Junior and sign because in the last 1 year he had been out there, he had been consistent and in the top level football what share the class as shown the quality. I hope say we in and sign and to have the likes of Pele supporting you, the whole CBF at the statement back out. Na general or my supporting really tells you how said you almost see who do a branch in high esteem. Mean who any statement from Madrid there, but at least players be how so about beternity. cooking soon some more kind a bit funny. Say so Baba Metropolitano, no Baba Shegu, no Baba celebrating so and also the asem for beba. Obesa. And also the asem for beba. But Avaro Morata, according to Sir Franco Naro, so I can say, Obano Becha no be celebrity, and so NC. Inti and only Venetians and some Akoso proud to the big game at Babaso at the Metropolitano against Tima, Yefen Atletico Madrid.
The script always ends with an apology. And, coach, I was misunderstood. But I repeat it to you, racist. I will not stop dancing. Whether at the Sambodromo, at the Bernabeu, or wherever, with the love and smiles of the very happy Vinny Jr. You
should keep dancing.
And in the Syria, or San Juan Rain is Obesa, Nadia Baby, and the really long statement of the Bible team. Yeah.
Obekoso so atwetwe won mo a onye omu ho agrosa o entertain supporters no on take players on form left right center said yo na. And the Spanish football should appreciate such a young boy coming through the ranks. Baby o free ni baby o aba beduru me kind the foundation time mom friends o mekasa no osu also hwe baby o free na within a short time otimi agisika original Madrid na chese nyankopon a bi dia man nti no a obia on the style of play. The earlier we accept that Richarlison thereby and anonymous so called celebrity my referee man yellow card name na against Atletico Madrid oyi ball for almost my job because you should show them respect minim the omo person omo hu obia ne the style obia ne se do tie na adwen.
My uncle question here we create question obi na push you kakra Alhaji Mama Saleh Afiro and Chibendala. I'll say to you, let me put Andy on the spot. A question was asked relative to the GOAT in football coaching. And Andy said it's a matter of preference or relativity. And he went on for Carlo Ancelotti. Sergio, it's a matter of facts and figures being compared. Is it a matter of facts and figures being compared or a matter of subjectivity? If the answer to this question is not in the affirmative, please let our and the venerable Sir Franco Naro further delve into this subject and give us the objective real coaching good. Alhaji Masale everyone. Yep.
You know, first of all, me share time now me debate delve into that and MYNRA. Choosing the greatest coach of all time. If I look at the time, I'm the better delve into data because Saturday and Fridays are mostly questions. Now, to deal with that, if you are not staying within relative or being subjective, but you want to be objective, there are a lot of coaches or Juma, and you know the name can go on and on and on. So far within the European space or the European football space comparatively to South American, Africa, and other continental, Obebubo coaches BBB. I chose Carlo Ancelotti, and that is for the European game. You know, as all four coaches are me born mudin na I miss trophies. In trophy, the first coach I be born in Ferguson. What you trophy we are say which is 48. The next line of action Maria Lucescu. Omo money Maria Lucescu no. Make a coach na William Douglas Costa mo Bernard mo time no coach Shakhtar Donetsk no. Wa coach in Tamlanda. Do you know the next person and the next in line Pep Guardiola. Win the first three, so we choose some in terms of trophies. Now, so all the trophies that is where you come in and quantify the level of the trophies. So far, Ferguson, General, we check league titles or GA. Now we check the Champions League or GA. Now we check the FA Cup. Now we check the Carabao or the other cups or GA, the FIFA Club World Cup. In all, Obekas and the 13 league titles or GA. And then you talk about the Champions League in Minu, no fan Minu now the same time. Now Mario Lucescu the end of them because on the only Champions League that. And there was no way Obenya be in talking about the greats. You talk about Pep Guardiola who has 2 UEFA Champions League. Waji League in Italy, in Spain, Waji League in Germany, Waji Leagues in England. Now, me choose Carlo Ancelotti and comparatively, let me compare these coaches to Carlo Ancelotti. So far Ancelotti, He is the only coach. The word only underlined. Waji in Italy, waji in Spain, waji in France, waji in Germany, waji in England. Obiya nye bida. If he is a football, share the UEFA Champions League in Arsenal. He is the only coach with 4 UEFA Champions League trophies. In the league, enye fa akonwatana. But the top European leagues, as I see so mako 5 baby awaje. Ofa Bill Paisley, no akwa Zinedine Zidane. Those are the only coaches with 3 Champions League trophies. Ancelotti were 4. It is all the almost totona. The rest, Guardiola, Miguel Munez, Luis Caniggia, Naro Rico, Henario Herrera, Omu Tutu, into Omumbia and Carlo Ancelotti. Now, did you know? Say, okay, we are singing now. Talk about Trapattoni, Renos Michel, Johan Cruyff, Ernest Happel, Ferguson, Otmar Hitzfeld, Klaus Toppmöller, Ubetimi Abubabo, Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, Pep Guardiola, Ubetimi Abubabo, Marcello Lippi, you know, now, so we are then you come to the international stage. For the international stage, you talk about Vittorio Pozzo. 2 World Cup. He's the only person with 2 World Cup. Obianibi. Until you know you pick Vittorio Pozzo. Now the Nababiji now. It's another Italian. Now, you have a coach in Marcello Lippi who had won the World Cup and has won the UEFA Champions League as well. But you know, I mean, the coach is singing out to Tonseni and I'm sure the Carlo Ancelotti. I think he's up there and I'll go in as my greatest of all time compared to all these coaches based on the level of diversity. Any baby or any Germany now, and in the Miami choose to know. You can also talk about Vicente Del Bosque, who has won the Champions League and has won the World Cup as well. Into general, I know I'm in yata say until I'm here and snappy. But in all, I chose Carlo Ancelotti because me share the record edit the wayana. I think say he's up there and he will be my coach. Me choose as the greatest of all time. Into you know ma me choose Carlo Ancelotti as my greatest coach of all time.
You see, General,
yeah.
my baby Andy General.
Oh,
yes. In terms of numbers, you give it to Alex Ferguson. But to say the na ye kotokone has the no, would have to be consistent. Trophy no do numbers no, but the mudru no so very very important. And me say Riasi football, maybe the most valuable trophy is the FIFA World Cup.
okay.
We World Cup on free honoma. You may talk about the continental trophies, African Cup of Nations, UEFA Championship and the likes. But then in club football is the Champions League. And if you are interested in going into details, Ube say Carlo Ancelotti, what is missing? The World Cup and I say national international football, say national team there no, and no MSC. But in UEFA and I say Europe no, top 5 leagues no. The English Premier League, the Spanish La Liga, the Italian Serie A, the German Bundesliga, French Ligue 1. All these 5. A coach or baby trophy or Abeje Champions League 4. General. It makes it difficult, say. You see, Vicente Del Bosque is another person I feel there. The achievement no massive. We're winning league or La Liga anymore.
Yeah.
We're winning Champions League. We're winning FIFA World Cup.
Marcello Lippi.
Yes. Marcello Lippi saw the same record, the league, the Champions League, and then the World Cup. But sometimes the numbers are count. What did you win na quality no? Dodo one is saying. And at the longevity. Okay. Carlo Ancelotti started raining and then he's still raining. Now Ancelotti mudian he's still active. Enti o kan krofo hu ni ye. Okwa ahomije mu wi a sa time no. Ene ebeka no. My Alex Ferguson ye to say the na Messi or Barcelona no. It's a one place. Yes, or the Aberdeen. Juma kakra G League near they were Scotland. But then ni achievement ne do na Manchester United. Enti ebema Ancelotti mo de no ubetima value ni more e they are saying Ferguson there no. So I will put Ancelotti ahead of Alex Ferguson even though Ferguson has the numbers.
Okay, guys are you go. You share other stories.
That is it. Well, you know, very much it's a very so Europe no. In Spain, and I didn't come on free and from Spain. A big game na baso one time Metropolitano. Real Madrid versus Atletico Madrid and Omode Boeni. Atletico Madrid and pick and chassis, but gradually omo build it omo momentum no. And also the last game omo boy or Belados dispatching Celta Vigo by 4-1. How Diego Simeone gradually the team in pick up. Real Madrid for ne dear. So kasa oko masema dear beche because performance omo done from last season the BC no. Omo nyanje omo adwene say general omo theatre amobia ba take over. And in the absence of Benzema, you don't even feel it. Vinicius Rodrigo the goals failed the Bavadi. The young South America guys are the line, no, LED line, no. I'm a name why the opponents in the Spanish La Liga. Omo against a team the last time we move venue hono. You know, Omo conceded by goal to nil. Courtesy Yannick Carrasco Egua share and Obien who said that game Madrid benche most of their players on the second string side the core and San Atletico Madrid 18 a shop. But this time in the last game almost boy no so my inside kakra na Carlo Ancelotti rotating the team no I give you rest to some of their players. E damelita pra so you will not be available for this particular game. Almost 4-3-3 intact and you are looking at Cavalla coming back. The last game Alaba was a left fullback, but likely so be joining Rudiger a center back. No mabo Fela made be taking a position. No, I stick it to the role of Chomeni, Luka Modric, Cruz because for big game the Omono or best stick it to Fede Barbadi, Rodrigo the goals, and then Vinicius Junior. Atletico Madrid on the other hand, from last season it looks as if the Diego Simeone has taken to the 3-back system. No, believe say it is working well for him. Manuel have also Rinaldi. You talk about other players. Omo Babe Shechiro and that Argentine guy Gonzalo Montiel from the right. Yeah, sure the battle only Vinicius de Bueni in Argentina, Brazil. No say the BC as a course will be Elho. Yannick Carrasco and a midfield of Thomas Lima, Jeffrey Condobia, and when Rodrigo De Paul in our front of NJ Korea and then Alvaro Morata. And him wo the optimism sani bia ana Griezmann aba ana Joao Felix aba ana NJ Korea aba because sometimes Oma Matias Kuna so ebe support Alvaro Morata, but in all in Nipa or a constant position within the setup up front Branti Alvaro Morata playing against a former side at his own venue and on Manchester this season venue where a venue all bar also you know how you don't me kasa wa Real Madrid that say they will need a better team to stop them and pay the omo team no players no more they bono again it will be difficult for you to beat them. You better how Rodrigo be function within a compact and a resolute backline of Atletico Madrid when they decide to sit deep. Near sure how Vinicius will fare against them, but on never about it there. Omo several times against Atletico Madrid. But Rodrigo playing as a number 9 against that defense, and you better how things will go. Atletico Madrid the team I didn't know mostly they disappoint. Game I watch but some bet maybe be no more disappointed. Diego Simeone calls about several times. So munya ne now on time because players need crown no any players also the naturally. But you know as I said, Madrid actually so no more by Edin so bet me show more this time round. It will be a difficult game. But I think Madrid starting game no as favorite. Say win beba me call for win for Madrid. The best for Atletico Madrid is likely to be a draw.
There's always a best among the best. My issue with Andy has to do with his point on the issue being a subjective one or a matter of preference.
Oh, okay.
I know the facts and the figures will definitely put someone above all others. Between someone who has won the World Cup and Andy's UEFA Champions League and someone who only won the latter, who actually is supposed to be the greatest. Let's look at the trophies in contest. Alaji, and as I did Abama Masalia. Ancelotti has won just 5 league titles as a coach for 32 years. Fergie has 17. He won UEFA Cup and Super Cup at Aberdeen. Ancelotti didn't do anything with Napoli, Bayern and Everton. Fergie can win league titles with all the teams Ancelotti coached. Wow.
He won nothing with Bayern. Or any league with Bayern.
He won the league with Bayern.
Ancelotti didn't do anything with Napoli, Bayern and Everton. the league title of Bayern Munich.
Yes.
Okay.
He's the only coach. He's the only coach our league in all the European top flight.
Okay, so he's wrong here. The guy is wrong.
Yes.
Andy Yentwaso.
Okay. Say about Italy, there's another big game in Italy, and that is Napoli versus AC Milan. Obi enya didi say Napoli team ne betimi abomodi omoboy after missing several key players. AC Milan so the omuguso anu mmode bono so na eso ani. Na playing in San Siro, so also no mo kwa akosi akan dia na ginu a wabo anho yi because eniem burden e dia amount. Their last 6 games at the GCP Mieza in the Syria and mo e dia ma teams na omo no mo kwa akosi akan so mo betimi aso omo. You how did dispatch Inter Milan with all these players. Unfortunately, they will be missing their key man in Raffaello in this particular setup. But Napoli for no team will be even in the absence of the Korean international, Omakofona ball modern in their defense. She game in the last time, and it take you in the last minute yet. Keep pace into Omutimi. And Dombele was back for the last game. Oni Abranti Efeno, AJ of Elmas and Zambu Agriza in midfield. Michel Politano are picking the form at the right time, and in the absence of Vito Osimhen, he require Raspadori, so born embody. Until the Napoli team is intact, who is going to replace Raffaello because Zlatan will not be available. But one player also Napoli the consistency of Olivier Giroud. On much as say in the absence of Frank Kessben, omuni problem be a midfield because Sandro Tonali juma. Pierre Kalulu and then Fikayo Tomori are also doing a decent work for a team IFN AC Milan. Omuni juma bebrebe jidwa omobeye, especially playing against Napoli. But Luciano Spalletti actually say this time on also ye one team consistently. Omo try some beat me at this year na. But in Korea, na Milan and Inter found this time, almost person fighting for the Syria. But unfortunately, they are meeting AC Milan, you know, on war form and very difficult for them to lose at home at the GCP Bieza. I'm going for a Milan win, and I think they have the quality to do that.
Why wouldn't you be struggling to defend your discomfort in Ofunufuo shirts? You should have been wearing a Ghana shirt. Anyway, the shirt is beautiful. And the dairy, you see that you can't stand the fire of Manchester United jersey. Why have you changed it? Mr. Runaway, Joe Laka, Jungle Bomber, Michel Camp Tema. No, okay, come in, pet. There be enemy home for. All your matches, no.
Coming by England.
I buy 1 or 2, be nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Leicester City is likely say Brendan Rodgers Monday they want where you will be losing a juma because we're enough to back up, but still I enkoyi. Okwakoba against Antonio Conte is yet to lose a game in the Premier League, and unfortunately for him, game no more signed with the new Tottenham Stadium. The who problem about Leicester City team no why they are struggling because apart from goalkeeper Kasper Schmeichel, players no bolik from 5th position 8th. The Babesi this season now, but what has been the missing link? Umay Daniel Amate free ho. The when friend did the Babesi central defense, so I bench a glass or you still things are not working well for Leicester City. So what the only problem more and say Conte 3 men up front. Richarlison, Hurricane is a constant player. Son Heung-min is struggling. Into Kulusevski in place of Son Heung-min, and the only decision Antonio Conte expected to obey me. I don't think this is going to be a difficult game. Leicester want the men to show up, and some more they have the men to put us that stellar performance. But unfortunately, games no more in Koyi, and I think the only problem for Leicester City and it's on changing the technical direction. Brendan Rodgers is enough. I was saying Cordia Sanimum, but you know I still are in Koyi. And at the new Tottenham Stadium, I'm going for a Tottenham Hotspur win. Arsenal airborne against Thomas Frank's Brentford. Airborne against Brentford. And you know, Brentford your team might say Brighton. The only aspect so no the performance of Ivan Toney now managed the chance to play in the Three Lions. Brian Webo and so on. And these are the 2 key men. And then Abranti Efeni Benmi, formerly of Burnley, and then Jennerson. These are the 4 key men omo bright Brentford team ma no omo hia e wo se genu a wo careful omo wonders any the upset omo de ba Premier League no and the last season kra this season omo san koso bio check their position in the EPL. Arsenal, Man United for only do Momujano. This is their next game. A lot of people I can say big games they enkoyi, but in such small games will be ever heard the Arsenal beating. The only problem on more their midfield, but even against Manchester United, they lack the protector, the player. I'll be screening the back four. No. That was the missing link in that particular game. But this is a game Brentford for be prove stubborn. Omo be sit deep. Omo be press close. But I think the performance of Arsenal and Omumlanti and when you not time and again. Set defense Omubetimi a tria for almost so. Win your game for Brentford, Thomas Frank baby, but you know, I think Arsenal will bounce back and beat my friend Brentford.
It's difficult to win the World Cup than the Champions League because you can't buy players to the national team. 4 Champions League is equal to 1 World Cup. So winning the World Cup is a big achievement. So Andy and Naro should consider that in choosing the greatest coach of all time, Franco Naro.
So who is he choosing?
Michael Abebu. Yeah.
Whom is he choosing?
On an argument or the other.
Yeah. Clearly, Obia Omoma winning World Cup no ebeba pictures in
yeah.
What you say. But at the end of the day, after winning the World Cup and I don't see a word nest. Even the argument say winning the Champions League, World Cup when you're more difficult than winning the Champions League, very, very argumentative. We can debate it because how many matches are now they are calling World Cup? The first national team coach been on to win to players, same as the other competitors. Almost soon to win to except what the nation has. There are coaches are winning World Cup when they met the golden generation of a beer team no coaching. So Spain team now, Del Bosque, EDG, they were all dominating. And he made a time and not Barcelona dominating. Real Madrid has some good players, especially Barcelona for the no is Spain for. Into offer Barcelona players now. No, for Untumin can't say Juma, Del Bosque, EDG World Cup, no. As soon be bracing say, Obibaje Champions League 4. No.
Okay.
On the other side, on the other hand, football is interesting. Same players can be given to a different coach, he will fail.
And this is a young foreign source in Siana.
Yes, we can credit.
Okay, we can credit the idea.
Poba no near Yasem, ya decide than Yasem. Matthias Poba. On Zebe told you, say, according to Poba, he was somewhere in March. No free England, ko France, and ko Fobi by Yerino. So on face camera. Giddy. 85,000 pounds. And it's a car, Utia no Mujano. I feel Muguso Treteno. On face camera. In April they did it, and then somewhere in June they did same. Eventually came out say, ono onuya Matthias Poba, ono no a footballer 32-year-old no. Ono ne nkra bremu na mfufuo bi. Eno mu gidie say Poba no. Omo so abon ho ban omo protecting no several times. Abrante ni nya iska no muya wo mu. Nti eso omo yire ne jiska free Poba ho. Na nsam no kokọ so ama Poba beka say ni nua ne na hye akire yesa no ohu no. Onuane ba bonten se Poba anhwe yi a omo bebo modern na anase obeba be ka ensema hodo afa Poba ho esan se Poba no otumi de ni teammate bi kura ko nuru so ko tu no di ti omo enra aposifo asa achichi omo. In fact Tuesday Wednesday 4 people no match omo including Poba nuano. Poba say aposifo nwim so nuane di fo a Emrana France mine wono mumfa ne mfaso case ne konkon dendende a me feel say ha drink kakra say asem no betimi across general. It's a bit unfortunate but